So let me give you a quick recap. We started off with talking about the facts of what Trump's put out earlier or last year about making United States the crypto capital world. The follow-up was the Genius Act, which pushes the US dollar in a tokenized form called USDC preferably. That's what I like. There's other coins too, RLUSD and things like that, and et cetera, PayPal USD. So legal framework, right? Then we go into what the SEC just announced last week. Algorand, Hedera, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, all these have been clearly labeled commodities, right? Not securities, which, because the security has been labeled like a tokenized NVIDIA fund, a tokenized Apple stock. Those are securities on the blockchain. So they made the difference. Stable coins, not tools, not memberships, NFTs, all that. Those are not securities, which makes it a clear framework from states all the way to the feds. One regime, we're good to go. Okay, so that's clarity. And then they're also working on the Clarity Act, which allow us to receive the yields from the stable coins, right? Which is competing against the banks. That's coming real soon once they figure that out. So regulatory wise, if you have been around in crypto for a while, remember Gary Gensler made it hard in the last administration, the Biden administration. XRP fought a lot of battles, or Ripple rather, and they won. Now we don't have to deal with none of that. So businesses can innovate. And as that last clip I played you, tokenization can continue. And then how does this benefit us? Well, I also put up the charts. It appears we are at a bottom or a sideways market when we talk about the technicals. And I like to use an indicator called the MACD, and I look at it on the weekly. That's that bullish divergence, convergence stuff. When that crosses to the upside, as I pulled up on the chart, in 2022, that happened. And then that led us to the bull run. We're close to that, maybe a few months out, okay? Maybe a few months out. Once that happens, you get to a position technically, especially when the crypto total market cap is above 2.5 trillion, it's highly likely that it doubles to 5 within a certain time period. So that's why it's looking great. And we have already taken our beat down. Peaked in 2021, and then in 2022 was bear, 23 about sideways, and at the end of 23, it turned to the upside. 24 was great, 25 was cool. It was all right. So our peak essentially was the top of 2025. It's been going down all 2025. Now we're in the part of 26 that is similar to 2023, where we go sideways for a while, and then we lead up highly likely at the end of the year, if it's similar to the last bull run, where 27 starts to look great. 28 is probably the peak, and then we back to the bottom in 29. Does that make sense? Stellar. I really like this one because I'm a big fan of Idris Elba. So he made a wallet called Akuna wallet. And now let's read some of the quotes. He says, across Africa, there are millions of creators, freelancers, and digital entrepreneurs doing incredible work, but the financial systems supporting them haven't always kept pace. What excites me about Akuna wallet is the mission to change that. So he's the co-founder of Akuna wallet, Sir Idris Elba. We love Idris Elba over here. Big fan, and he's a Ghanaian making it happen. And then you get Danielle Dixon. She's a co-founder of Akuna Wallet, CEO of the Stellar Foundation. So this is a big partnership. She says, there are millions of creators across Africa building global audiences and creating and generating real revenue. However, the financial system charges them on average more than 8% simply to access their earnings. This is not just a fee, it is a barrier. Akuna Wallet exists to remove it. Put XLM in chat. Shit. Put Idris in chat if you feel what he's saying there. Because why does this make sense? Idris Elba is a UK Ghanaian, a UK African that is popping in Hollywood. You watch some of his movies. Put XLM in chat. And he built something for the continent using Stellar Lumens technology. Fast, transfers, cheap transfers, put XLM in chat. All of this adds up, security, where you can just have a smartphone, some internet, and send money, collect money worldwide. And then remember, I talked about USDC, and then you can also use other local currencies, but a lot of it will be USDC because the United States dollar is there. Does that make sense?
Passive income, gold in my dental. Thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple.